Hello and welcome back to this moon messages reading. So this is going to be your moon messages from the new moon in Scorpio on the 13th of November 2023 until the full moon in Gemini on the 27th of November 2023. So I have a lot of cards and I'm hoping that this will be under half an hour for your sake. It should be. I think they are quite simple messages, but there's just a lot of them. And then we've got 3, 6, 9. We've got 9 moon cards and 1 crystal card. Okay. So I'm going to get straight into it because if not, it will be going on for longer. Just quickly though, if you haven't met me before, seen me before, then all my details are in the description box. Okay, so the first card we have is Speak Your World into Being. I've never seen this card come up before in the moon cards, so I'm quite happy to see a new one. And what I was reminded of here was a couple of conversations that had been going on at work for me recently. And well, actually recently and kind of about two or 3 years ago as well, where me and a colleague would kind of joke around and be like, you know, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if suddenly all of the phone lines went down, all of the all of the systems went down, so we could just have a chill, right? Because it was getting a bit stressy and a bit busy and we just wanted a bit of a break, if I'm honest. So we said, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be absolutely great if all of the systems went down? Shortly after that, we had a whole power cut in the whole office and in the whole building actually, and it went down for the rest of the day. Now this was about 2 or 3 years ago. And then the other day, we were kind of just, saying it again and it happened again. And so we kind of try that every now and again. But I think, obviously, when you're trying to like desperately make something happen, if you, I don't know, it depends on the belief behind it, whether this is actually going to happen or not. But sometimes it doesn't happen and sometimes it does. It depends on the energy you're in beforehand. Anyway, the message here is about speaking your world into being. So whatever you want to manifest in your life, whatever you want to create, make happen, you can speak into existence. I'm not saying, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great if I won the lottery. I'm not saying that sort of thing. I mean, that would be awesome if you could just speak that and then it happens. What the crucial thing here is what I just said a minute ago. It's the energy that's behind it, the beliefs that are underlying it. Okay, so if you truly believe 100% and you haven't got any blocks within you, energy blocks, limiting beliefs, trauma, like anything like that blocking it, then it's most likely to happen if you use the words, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if, and then just kind of let go, right? Majority of the people have got limiting beliefs, fears, doubts, insecurities, all of those things going on underneath, unfortunately, and a lot of the time we don't know about them, so we can't really do anything about them until it's brought to our conscious awareness, okay? But it is worth just bearing in mind the words that you say have a big impact, okay, on what you manifest in your life. So this isn't just about, what you can positively speak into your world. This is what you automatically speak into your world a lot of the time. And unfortunately, because a lot of us hold on to more negative things than positive things, if you are constantly speaking negative words, you're going to realise that you are attracting negative things in your life. Have you noticed that if you wake up in the morning and you moan about something as soon as you got up, the rest of your day usually goes the same, okay? Start as you mean to go on. So just bear in mind the words that you speak, the energy that you have behind that is really powerful, okay? The next card we have is See the Bigger Picture. Now that was in reverse, and the funny thing is when I was shuffling the cards, I knew that some of the cards were coming out in reverse, and I sort of told myself, oh, I'm not going to read any reversal cards. I'm going to turn them all round, right? And I thought that was what I've been told to do. I thought that was what I was channeling, and that was, you know, the message to not read any cards in reverse. So I was like, okay, fair enough. When I got to the end of them, there was one particular card that was in reverse, and I felt that that needed to be in reverse. So I was like questioning myself, okay? And I was like, actually, I do need to read these cards in reverse. So this one came out in reverse, okay? So see the bigger picture, it's in reverse. And my initial thought with that in reverse is that you need to see what's really going on inside of you. So if you keep attracting the same situations, if you keep attracting the same issues in your life, the same patterns in your life, the same types of relationships, the same types of issues at work, if you keep having the same issues with money or anything really, you keep noticing the same patterns happening over and over again, we have a tendency to blame other people, or to blame our job, or to blame the situation or the weather, or like whatever it is, right? We have a tendency to do that. But if you look back on all of the other times that these things have happened, what is the common denominator? It's usually you, right? And that might be a big truth bomb for some people, and they might not want to hear it, but it is usually you, okay? So it can be the negative thoughts that you keep bringing to the surface that are creating that negative thing happening again. It could be that you need to do some inner work. You need to look at, why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? Am I doing the same things I usually do? Am I saying the same things I usually say? Am I in a different energy? Like, what sort of energy am I in? If you've heard me talk about masculine and feminine energies, that can be like an energy that you're in. So look up masculine and feminine energies and pay attention to what energy feels more healthy to you, what energy makes you feel much like more relaxed and happy, and ask yourself, have I been in the opposite energy? And is that the reason why things keep happening the same way? Relationships are a really good way to test this, right? So if you notice a pattern of just, I don't know, an imbalance in the relationships, the same sort of things happening. I can't give an example, but because it's going to be different for everyone. But if you keep noticing a certain pattern that happens with every relationship, you might want to think about the masculine and feminine energies and say, which energy was I in mostly in that relationship? Which energy were they in mostly in the relationship? And do those energies balance? Do they, is there a reason why I may be the cause for that? Now, I am coming back to you as a cause, right? And I know this sounds a bit like, I don't know, like I'm blaming you. It's not necessarily blame, it's just to make you aware that, there's two people. There's, you are, as I say, you are the common denominator in all of these situations, and there's always two sides, okay? So there's a side of you and the job, there's a side of you and the partner, there's a side of you and the situation, right? If you constantly put the blame onto the other thing, there's no balance there, and you've got no work to do, and you will just keep coming up against the same things because you're not working on your side. So you've got to clean up your side of the street, as Gabby Bernstein says, okay? Right. So, yeah, see the bigger picture is like really looking at what's going on in you, questioning yourself, saying, can I take any responsibility for any of this? Okay. Next card we have is Talk Less, Feel More. We had this in the last moon messages, I believe, maybe the one before. I think it was the last one. Again, this is about tapping into your feelings. It's paying attention to you. Again, this keeps coming back to you. Everything in our lives is, I believe, a reflection of what's going on within us on some level. Okay, the stories we tell ourselves, the limiting beliefs, the fears, the anxieties, the insecurities, the positive energy, the negative energy, right? Everything is reflected back to us, right? What we see in our world is mirroring back what we believe about ourselves or how we feel about ourselves. Yeah, okay, so hopefully you get the picture. So the more you kind of talk, I don't know, it just feels like you're kind of just like letting it go, like outside, and you're not actually being with what's going on within, right? So you might be, this is kind of like, you know, when someone's all talk and no action, right? It's kind of that energy. It's like, or maybe you're just like talking about things, but you're not actually doing them. And why you're not doing them? Because maybe there's a feeling within you that is blocking that or stopping you from taking action, right? So you might say, oh, I'm definitely gonna walk away from this relationship. Oh, I'm definitely gonna do it. Yeah, definitely. But you never do it, and you're telling people, oh, I'm just really bored. I'm really like not happy in this relationship. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. The blame thing on them again, right? And it's their fault that this didn't work out, right? Whatever it is, right? I'm just using a relationship as an example because it's probably the best way to explain. But you're not actually looking at what's going on for you. How do you feel? Are you expressing your feelings to the other person rather than just kind of blaming them for things, right? There's so much to this. There's so much more to this card. But the bottom line is literally just talk less and feel more. Okay, be with what you're feeling and pay attention to that and do something about that rather than trying to blame and shame and expect the other person to do something different or expect the situation to change in some way. You've got to honour the way you feel, and you've got to do something about those feelings and take action yourself and express those. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The next card we have is push through any insecurity. As I was saying, you know, insecurity is a feeling. I feel insecure, right? That's a huge block for a lot of people. When we are not feeling confident in ourselves, we will not take those steps to move forward in the direction that we want. We won't take those steps to leave that relationship or create a new relationship or go for another job or start a course or talk to a friend that we haven't spoken to in ages or resolve a conflict. Whatever it is, we won't do those things because we're lacking in confidence. So you have to honour what you're feeling. I just literally admit it, right? Why have I not done that thing, right? Is it because I'm feeling a lack of confidence in this area? Is it because I feel scared? Is it because I feel insecure, right? Do I feel secure? Do I feel safe doing this? And if not, why is that? Where does that come from? Start questioning yourself and start checking in with yourself and start thinking, is there something I can do? Can I really look at this insecurity and give it some empathy and compassion, right? I talked about this in a couple of videos, you know, where the best form of self-care is like reflection, empathy, compassion, self-awareness, right? All of those things, they will shift you and they will build your confidence. So it's really key to look at those areas. Okay, I just keep hearing stop blaming other people for blocking you, like you are blocking you. Okay, yeah, okay, like I literally just keep shouting at me. The next card we have is clear your mind. I just find this card really so calming, like the colours are so calming. They remind me of my fluorite. I've got a fluorite, oh, I haven't got it in here, but yeah, I've got like a fluorite pyramid crystal, and it's like blues and greens and purples, and oh, it's just lovely, and it's really calming. And I just feel like you just need that calmness in your mind. You're overthinking too much. There's too much overthinking going on, and that's actually blocking a lot. You've got so much noise that it's blocking a lot of your clarity over what to do, even clarity over what to ask yourself, like how to even begin this self-awareness, or, you know, if you want to start looking at those things, how do you even begin this? Because you've just got so much up here. Now the trick is to literally get clear on everything that you've got up here. Like I would say, I've got this amazing exercise that you can do where you just write down on post-it notes or on a notepad everything that's worrying you right now until you can't think of anything else that you're worrying about. Just get it all out, and then it's at least out of here and onto paper. And then if you want to reflect on that more, at least you've got it right in front of you and you can clearly see everything that's blocking you right now. Okay, so give that a go, because you do need some calmness in your mind. The next card we have is Embrace the Flow of Life. Now, something I didn't mention actually in the first card, which I'm going to mention here, because actually I'll grab you the first card. So can you see there's two people in each card, and they're both looking at each other, and they're both underneath the moon. Okay, I just found that really interesting that there was two cards like that, and obviously it's, well, both of them are about Gemini, right? And that's why, because the twins, Gemini. This is about different parts of you, but it's also about the people that you surround yourself with. You know, whether you feel a little bit blocked about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So this, you know, if this is to do with like friendships or relationships, maybe this is the area that you need to focus on, right? Where all this clutter and negative thoughts and blocks and all that is, okay? That's the area you need to focus on. The other side of this is there's two parts of you, okay? There's a part of you that feels really trapped, restricted, like masculine energy, which is I've mentioned before, is like, you know, forcing, doing, pushing. And then there's the other side of you that wants to go with the flow, wants to be more feminine energy, wants to be more relaxed and nurturing and compassionate and empathic and receiving and just kind of, yeah, just more calm and relaxed. And I can imagine a lot more people want to feel like that, okay? If you haven't been in that energy, then you know what side of you needs to rebalance, okay? And yeah, it's interesting because they both look the same, so it does remind me of like two parts of you. Like it's the same person, but they're just kind of mirroring each other like twins, okay? So it's almost like you've got a mirror in the middle and you're looking at yourself. So this is again about looking at yourself in the mirror and literally just asking yourself, you know, what parts of me do I need to look at? So it's a similar message in the whole reading really, and embracing the flow. So you definitely need to kind of let go a little bit, trust a little bit, ease off, big words there in front of me, ease off, okay? So whatever you're just kind of holding on too tightly, or holding on to an idea or an assumption or the blame game, okay? Keep coming up with that blame thing. Whatever you're holding on too tightly, you need to let it go. You need to relax. You need to kind of step back and look at the big picture and think, what am I missing here? Okay, listen to your intuition as well, because that full moon is about intuition. The next card we have is Open to Change. Okay, now with this one, when we want something to change in our lives and we are fearful of it, we are sometimes a bit sort of closed off to change. We're a bit resistant to it. We kind of put shields up, we put blocks in our way. And I feel like this is the same thing, but it's about what good things we want to attract into our lives. Now, we can be fearful of changes in a negative way, right? We can be fearful of what might happen in a negative way. You know, if we have to do something we don't really want to do. No, I'm trying to think of an example, but something like we have to do that we don't really want to do and we're scared of it, right? That's understandable. We don't, you know, fears are going to come up. Like, like facing a conflict, right? So if we have to go and talk to someone that we've fallen out with, right? Of course we're going to be scared of that. Of course we're going to put blocks in the way. Of course we're going to put shields up and protect ourselves, okay? This is about the positive things that we want to achieve or succeed in, or we want to manifest, right? All the good things we want to manifest. There's a closure here. There's someone or a few of you maybe blocking that, maybe subconsciously, because you're actually scared of succeeding, right? There is a thing called a fear of success. Ask yourself, what am I scared of if I actually achieve what I want to achieve? What might happen in my life that is going to change so much that I'm scared of? right? That's a really important question, because often we think about the things that we're scared of that are obvious, right? Like I say, facing conflict, falling out with a friend, or losing a job, or, you know, if we've got to step up and do these scary things. But when we're actually like, I don't know, we're wanting to start a new relationship, we're wanting to get a promotion, do you know what I mean? Like all those good things. What are we scared of if we actually receive those things? Some people, I don't know, probably not many people, but some people might say they're scared of winning the lottery, for instance, or coming into lots of money, because they're scared of people then asking them for money all the time, or they're scared of losing all the money, or spending it too quickly, or whatever, right? It's just an example. Some people are scared of getting into a new relationship because they feel like they might then worry about losing it, or, you know, things going wrong in it, things like that. So ask yourself, get really clear. Again, it's self-reflection. It's, what am I scared of if I achieve what I want? What's going to happen? Why am I scared of this? Right? Just ask yourself these questions. Okay, the next card we have is Take a Breather. Similar to, you know, it's underneath Clear Your Mind. I don't think I need to explain that very much. It's literally just, you need to slow down. You need to take a breath. You need to relax your shoulders and just feel into your heart and breathe. Okay, stop and breathe, because I feel like you've just been going like really, really fast paced with your mind, with your thoughts, with your worries, with your stresses. Everything's been going too fast paced. Even if your life's slowed down, your mind hasn't. Okay, it's a really good person I follow on Instagram called Michael, I think it's Michael Gallion. He has just got the most calmest voice in the world, and he does amazing videos on Instagram. He's got his own podcast, and whenever he comes up, I am just mesmerised by him, because he's the most beautiful man in the world with the most beautiful eyes, but also the most softest, calmest voice, and he puts you at ease straight away. And so, you know, if someone feels called to go and look him up, I recommend him. I recommend him totally, because I don't know how he does it, but it just makes me just go, like instantly. Just drop my shoulders, just like, you just feel really calm. So recommendation there. Okay, the next card and the last moon card is Forgive. Now this was in reverse, and this is why I felt this needed to be in reverse, but it was pointing towards me. It wasn't kind of the opposite, right? It wasn't about like not forgiving, or it could be about that you are not forgiving yourself. Okay, because it's pointing towards me. It's about you, right? Even though it's me. Forgive yourself, right? Forgive yourself for all of these things that you might have done wrong, or, you know, if you have thought negatively, if you have put blocks in your way, if you are to blame, right? If you reflect on these things and you realise, yeah, actually, I might be to blame, or I might have had a big part in this, or maybe I just need to take a bit of responsibility for what actually happened, or my choices, or, you know, the things that I maybe said and did that I thought were right at the time, but actually they weren't, right? Whatever it is, forgive yourself. Let yourself off the hook, because that is not going to help. It's going to stress you out even more by putting that extra blame onto you. You do not want another layer of blame. Okay, remove that, take that off. Just call it for what it is, right? I did what I did, I said what I did. You know, I was reacting from a wounded place, probably from a trigger, you know, and yeah, I take responsibility for that. I accept that. I am sorry for that, and I forgive myself for blaming myself for being hard on myself as well. Okay, so extra layer of compassion there and forgiveness. You need that. Okay, don't hold on to anything, even resentment for yourself. Okay, so that's all the moon cards, and we're now going to go into the crystal card. Might possibly get under 30 minutes. So the crystal of the moon cycle is Sodalite. I remember getting a necklace full of sodalite crystals, sodalite stones, sorry, when I started my course, my counselling course years ago. And because I'd heard it was good for kind of group work or communication or confidence and things like that. So we'll see what the message is here. But yeah, sodalite is the crystal. If you want to get yourself one of those, or if you've got one, just have that on you, around you more. So essential meaning of sodalite is intentionality, conscious awareness, an awakened state, inner knowing, self-confidence, clear expression of intentions. A state of conscious awareness is the key to clearly communicating your intentions to the universe. The message of this crystal is to be fully awake as you make choices, large and small, that will influence your well-being. It's when we fall asleep to our spiritual nature and connection with the universe that old habits return, and we forget our commitment to personal transformation. Sodalite spirit has appeared to help you wake up and notice whether you are becoming complacent or not following through as you promised you would. Now is the time to reconnect with the universe so that sodalite spirit can magnify your awareness, helping you recognize whether your conscious and subconscious intentions are in sync, so that you do not get in your own way as you create what you desire. Relationship message. Healing doesn't require perfection, but it does require that you remain awake to the truth that you are a divine, beautiful being always connected to the universe, who wants the very best for you. Spiritual amnesia will send you circling back to old patterns that you vowed never to repeat. The appearance of sodalite spirit is a reminder to re-establish your sense of connection so that the universe can guide you to where you need to be. Do not forget your worth, your values, and your truth. If you are unsure of the next move to make, meditate. Clear your mind. As you remain present in the moment, you will more easily avoid spiritual narcolepsy and falling back into old ways. Prosperity message. The message of sodalite spirit can guide you when you are seeing scarcity instead of abundance. Knowing that the universe is there to bolster your ability to co-create prosperity in many forms may be just what you need to get past the old fears keeping you stuck in patterns best left behind. We all fall into habits learned many years ago, but sodalite spirit has appeared to awaken you so that you can catch yourself before veering too far off the path that you have chosen for yourself. Prosperity flourishes when you are aligned with the universe and your true self. Crystal spirit meditation. Sodalite teaches us to be here now rather than lost in the past or gazing into the future. Meditation with this stone allows you to experience the wisdom of our journey thus far. It encourages non-attachment and integration of all experiences, helping us to make choices in the moment from a higher perspective. Okay, so yeah, a couple of things there, as you noticed. It did repeat from the moon messages, so glad about that. So I hope that supports you well. Yeah, if you do want to connect with me, all my details are below. If you want to book a reading, you can do that through any of my social platforms. Just message me, and yeah, I will see you on the next one. Bye.